What is going on, people? As my guests will unmute themselves and get ready for the show, we are here for another episode of the Unleashed podcast. I am one of your lovely hosts. They call me the Beast. That is Beast. And we're here with messy Jules. Jules Harvey, jumping off that bike in 100 and some odd degrees. How you feeling, Jules?
Oh, amazing.
That's good. So you jumped on this bike challenge that I put out there. I see that. I see that.
I'm doing it differently. I run every other day and then I ride the bike the
No,
other
no,
day.
I'm not saying it's specifically the same thing I'm doing, but I see you doing it. Like I saw you and your sister are doing a run thing. So I like the fact that you've incorporated yourself with your fams, and she's into it, and you're kind of keeping her accountable for getting up and doing her thing. At the same time, you're switching it up with the bike and all, so that's great. Have you been getting used to the bike, or is it still like? Because I know when you showed me the bike, it was one of those weird Tour de France tilting bikes. So you getting used to it now? It's okay.
Oh yeah. It does incline and decline.
Wow, wow. And you just ride. You don't put a program into it or anything.
Right now I'm doing Tour de France stages,
Cool.
so it adjusts by itself.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, all right. Well, we have a very interesting topic for you. But before we get to that topic, let's introduce our guest here. She is part of I want to say part of, she runs the group Watch My Fire. Is that correct, Miss Melanie? Watch My
Yes.
Fire? Watch My
Yep.
Fire. It's a pretty much a looking glass to her transformation, her journey, and she's giving out positive information, positive vibes. She's on a very big keto tip right now that's helping her
Yes.
lose a lot of weight, and changing and transformation of her body is amazing. If you haven't seen her pics, follow her on Facebook, follow what she does, and you'll be just as motivated as I am to do the same thing that she's doing. So again, welcome, Melanie. How are you doing today?
I'm great. I actually I was off today from work and I took a nap. I haven't taken a nap in like a really long time. It was great. That was like
I
the
also took a
best
nap.
feeling ever.
I took the day off. I took a mental day off because I wasn't myself, and so I stayed at home. I did a little bit of business work. I did a little bit of reading. I walked, and then I took a nap, a 2 hour nap.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn,
Me too. Yep.
that
It
was
was
that
necessary.
was refreshing, refreshing.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
so I mean, there's always a need for a break from the action in terms of life. So, when you get that chance and do it, and you come back recharged, do it. Just take a time, even if it's
Yep.
an hour. Recharge your batteries, have some fun, do your thing. So yeah.
Yep.
Oh, someone's already asking questions. What's her information so I can support and follow her? Well, before we can get that,
Awesome.
let's well, you can put that in there later on, but don't worry, Ms. Harvey, we'll definitely get that information because again, this episode is about support, the type you're supposed to expect, the kind you accept, and the kind you dismiss. So we did a bit of a Facebook experiment last show, and it kind of opened our eyes a bit. We did a bit of a live rundown later on about that because it was just so crazy how things people see and absorb and want to react to. Three of us changed our status to a relationship status, and let's say all the ladies that follow Miss Jules over there, they were burning the patties. Just saying, they were done. 120 went live and crazy.
Oh
Even
my
before
goodness.
even before we went off the air, ding 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 ding. We were at 25 before we went off the air. I'm like, damn, bro. All right, sorry, heartbreaker. My bad. Sorry, Pink
That,
Daddy.
that was but I told you it would happen. Like I literally said it would happen.
You're right. You're
We
right.
were supposed to leave it up for a week and it lasted about an hour and a half and
I
then
tapped out. I tapped out.
There's no way.
I,
Yeah,
t- I
there's
tapped out. I tapped out. I'm no man.
there's no way.
When people out of their woodwork come out and are congratulating you and they're messaging you, I'm like, shit. I've been running this damn clothing company, and I've been doing personal training for a good part of a year and a half, off and on. I have not seen anybody ask me for anything about that, and I wonder. I just was wondering. So we said, okay, let's revisit this topic. Okay, why do you think um, people are so interested in the personal aspect of supporting you rather than the business side? And I'll start with our guest here. How about you?
Yeah. Um, for sure. I mean, there's no way I could put what y'all did on my page and like socially survive it. It would be all out war.
You would have had a corrupt
So
computer or phone in
yeah,
no time.
yeah, they would be like, "There's
Error.
no way, lady. Like, there's no way." But yeah, I think well, part of the reason that I've had success in bringing people into my journey with weight loss is because I've made it very personal.
Mm.
But people, they're just messy, man. They like it. They like the dirt and they like the grit. And hopefully you have enough friends that like the positive stuff too, right? Because we all have those friends that kind of belabor the negative and like to, like, I don't necessarily think like to see people fail, though that may be true, but they kind of like get enjoyment out of the yucky stuff, right?
Okay.
But sharing the personal stuff, the personal journey, I think it's relatable to people. I think it helps people rally around you from a positive standpoint, and especially just relatability. I mean, not everybody relates to me, but the people that do, they're my vibe, right?
Hmm.
Same with you.
Hmm. All right, Jules. How about you? Why do you think the personal vibe is more interesting to people's lives than the business or other things that you do?
I mean, I wholeheartedly agree that it's like one of the reasons why the real world is on for so long. So same reason why Love and Hip Hop and all those
All those reality shows?
Yep.
quote
Mm.
unquote reality shows, because they all have writers. In reality, doesn't have writers. So it is part of, you know, um, I don't know. I actually knew it was going to happen. And I talked to one of my clients this morning, and she said, I was going to comment that I knew it was not true because I talk to her all the time. And she was like, and you never told me anything about no girl. So I know what's true. I said, all you had to do was watch the damn, all you had to do was watch the podcast.
And that's the thing. I mean, I too had friends that I haven't talked to for years, be liking and hearting and whatever. And I'm like, but there's that select two or three that knew, that I would have told them or would have said something first, uh, before me going out public, right? I mean, again, and as our guest prior says, well, even what you said, we would have to tag that person we're going to be in a significant relationship with.
Right.
If it's just out there, it's just out there. You should be asking questions on who it could be and blah blah blah. But at the same
Yep.
time, what happened to you last week when I was, I posted a bunch of. Look at this. I just got a nice delivery of my T-shirt here. This is my residential schools orange T-shirts. I got a few special orders. Let me show you real quick before we go on. So this is an orange "We Stand Together" T-shirt. All right, and it says here, "Every child matters." Now, this is a T-shirt I made, and I made a heartfelt video about it, and I made sure that everybody knew that this means a lot to me because my daughter has a indigenous or Aboriginal Native American background. So when you found out that there's at the time 1,500, unmarked graves of children that were found in Canada, and not one person bought one of these things because I said all proceeds were going to the residential school survivors, right? And I'm like, man, I felt discouraged. I'm like, no one wants to buy it. Yet everybody will post the memes and complain and blah, blah, blah. But I'm like, I'm giving you an option to give back. But no one's doing it. So I'm like, why? But then I go into all these Facebook marketplaces and whatnot, and I see people putting up shirts on a regular basis, not mentioning that they're donating to anything, but they buy it because it looks cool. I'm like, man, that makes no sense. Why try? Why works one way but not the other? And again, I doesn't cost me that much to make the T-shirt. It's the fact that it was for a good cause and no one was supporting it just got me confused. Yet I post something about my relationship, and over 50 people are ready to comment and like it and dislike it. I'm like, what the hell is wrong with the world?
Well, you have to understand that it's like it's all fake.
What?
It's like during the pandemic, everybody was talking about support small business. You don't want small business to go out of to fail and all that stuff. But then next thing you know, Amazon
Blew
is
up.
up $1 trillion.
Yep.
Walmart's up $1 trillion. Those are not small businesses. So you're truly not supporting small business. You support whatever you want to support. Now the hot topic is Cuba or it's South Africa, and it's all fake caring. People don't care,
Well,
even if it's in your backyard. So think of it like this: even like with the Boston bomber, because of the fact that it was the Boston Marathon, everyone had a shirt that said Boston Strong, but that lasted about a week. People's attention span is as big as this. Like they care about it for a second, but then they don't care about it anymore.
Right.
Unless it's political, and then all of a sudden it's, even though to me that is kind of political because it's people's lives that
Well, that's
people's lives that were lost.
and it again. You're 100% right. People choose what they want to like or support, and it's almost like, I guess, I mean, there is no real way to say there's the right way to support and the wrong ways to support, because I mean, you don't have to support everything. Some people. I mean, we had the huge few years about Black Lives Matter. You saw the backlash. We had rallies here. We had rallies all over the world. We had all that stuff. There's still people that did not support it. So some people just still don't agree with what you're doing or what you're pushing or what the world is pushing, and they'll fight back. I mean, just like all the Karens that are out there that they claim that they just don't believe in certain things, or it's just very confusing. It's very confusing how people can look past a very very interesting cause, and a very worthy cause, to comment about what I ate last week.
But it's
Just think about it. No, just think about it. No, think about it.
Yeah.
Think about that
Right.
real quick.
yeah.
Right.
I had 50 odd people commenting about the dinner that I posted, but not one person bought a shirt. But then you'll see memes again, how everybody is upset about how Canada's betraying the world and this and that. I'm like, so do something about it. Support someone. And again, it's not. And I hope people don't realize. I hope people realize it's not about me. It's not about me. I don't make any money off this at all. And if you don't buy a shirt, that is your prerogative. But don't be sitting there complaining about a situation and not doing a goddamn thing about it. That makes no sense. There's so much opportunities, and you know what? I could be wrong. There's people that could be supporting other organizations. Great, but I don't see anybody. I don't see anybody posting that they did this. I was thinking maybe I'll go walk 10 kilometers for this cause and raise money. Who knows? I'm not. I'm just a guy. They're gonna say, "What are you doing?" Well, I'm gonna go walk for this organization. Okay, good luck. That's all you'll hear. They're not gonna say, "Hey, let me donate this, or let me support you this, or let me post this." I don't hear that. Nope, 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 nope. And it's sad because, like I said, I get more attention from a video that I post of my daughter maybe singing, which is cute and all, and I get it. But again, that's just my personal life. Whereas
Right.
whereas there's a need for support certain situations that need that support, and no one's putting that effort in. I scratch my head.
I think so. Part of what Mel was talking about is it's the personal part of everything.
Well,
So the relationship is personal. Her journey is personal. posting a video of your daughter singing, that's personal. They just don't look at a cause as personal unless there's something negative, like super negative, involved in it. Like when you talk about the Black Lives Matter thing, people like automatically say all lives matter. And you never said that all lives don't matter. We're just saying that Black lives do matter. And
At this time, yeah.
people have to always interject their thought process into something. And it's one of the reasons why I'm not like I really don't do like TikTok workout videos anymore, because all you do is get people, they just critique your form, they critique this, they, oh, that doesn't work, that doesn't. And so after a while, you're like, you know what? If it's not for you, just keep scrolling.
Right.
No, I hear you. I hear it. Now,
But you have to make everything more personal. I mean, with like with our clothing line, it's personal to me. I've been talking about it for like 4 or 5 years. So when you finally do it, and I'm in everyone's face all the time when it comes to this. So plus, I'm also the same person that if I see on your birthday you say donate to the American Cancer Society, I'm the first one to hit the donate button.
and that's the thing, right? And I guess Lynn has stated that she doesn't speak for everyone. She's watching on YouTube right now, so shout out to Miss Harvey out there. She says, some people can't support you financially. I get that, and what she does is, again, and I've seen her before, and I've only known her for as long as I've known you. She's been sharing all my stuff. Your sister's been sharing all my stuff. That's the support I don't mind. I don't mind that. If you share my shit 100 times over and you don't buy a damn thing, you've done your part because you know what you can do. But there's other people who will sit there knowing that you're doing this, and they've known you for X amount of years, and sit there and not say anything, not post, not share anything, even though you've shared them and you could have known them, like I said, from work, from school, from whatever, and they choose not to, knowing that this is a worthy cause that they might complain about later on, and they sit there and do nothing about it. That's the ones that bother me. But again, when you post a funny clip of yourself falling down or doing something, they go all nuts about that. That's what I don't get.
I think when you grow and change and you start doing things differently, and you started your clothing line, you're promoting a cause, and you're doing things that are important to you, the people that have known you a really long time, it makes them uncomfortable sometimes, especially the ones that are very resistant to change. So if there are people in your life that are very resistant to changing things about themselves, when they start seeing you change, it makes them uncomfortable. They don't really know, they can't relate. They don't really know. And sometimes it's just straight hating. I mean, let's be real. Sometimes it's just straight like, who does he think he is? I've known him since he was 18 and he ain't nobody. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's honestly that. But sometimes I think it just makes people uncomfortable. Like, I mean, I'm in a place right now of like exponential growth in a whole bunch of areas. And there are certain people that I just don't talk to right now. And it's not that I don't love them. It's not that I don't care about them. It's not that, it's none of that. It's just right now, I need to keep doing what I'm doing, and I need to keep focused. And I know if I go back and pull this person back into my life, it's going to be some kind of negative stress or drama, or they're not in the place that I'm at right now. And I can't help them until I get to where I need to go.
I like what you're saying. There's always haters.
Yeah.
There's always people who are trying to drag you down, and I get that.
Right.
So now I turn to some of these likes and comments, and I'm like, some of these people I don't even talk to. So I'm thinking they're trying to keep tabs on me just because they want to see me fail. They say if I wasn't this, they want to see, hey, how long this one's gonna last?
Right.
What's going on?
Right.
I wonder, and they're probably saying, why didn't you put her name up? Yeah, like there's always that negative side of things, and that's again,
right.
I don't get that. Why are people built that way? Why do you have to say for instance, you posted you're in a relationship? There's probably people who might know an ex of yours from way back when, and will report to this girl, hey, he's got a new girl. You want to check? Do you see a picture? No, but I'm gonna keep tabs on it. I liked it. So if I see something, yeah, I'm gonna check it. I'm gonna report to you. Don't worry. That's what's gonna happen. I hate
So,
that
Yeah.
bullshit.
but the thing is, you're just built differently. You know,
Thank you.
I'm built differently. My sister's built
Yes.
differently. So when we like I actually went live and I talked about support. I'm like, you don't have to buy a shirt, but you can share. Like you can share what's going on. You don't have to spend money to do that.
Mm-hmm.
It's you know
Right.
it's time. So like I got called out because I called my sister out yesterday because we're doing the
The
Couch of
run.
Five
Yeah.
thing,
Yeah.
and she hasn't posted anything on. She did not for like 2 days. So I called her out, and this girl, she sent me a text.
She cussed you out, didn't she?
She was like, "Why? Hey, why are you calling your sister out?"
Yeah.
Because sometimes people need that push. But I'm supporting her from here because I'm not back home. I'm not back home in Delaware
Mm-hmm.
to where I can just go knock on the door and say, "Hey, let's go. Let's go for a run."
Yeah.
So
Yeah. No.
but I do agree with Mel. There are some people that are uncomfortable with other people's success.
Yep.
They just they don't know how to deal with it, and they think that you're going to change because of it. What if our clothing line blows up and we make millions of dollars? Like, are you going to change? Me? No, I'm not going to change.
I bet.
But some people are afraid. Some people are afraid that you're going to change. Mel's on a journey that if she say she like decides to do a show and goes on stage and she makes it big, some people are going to think, you know what? She's going to forget about me. She's going to, that it's just, it is uncomfortable for some people.
Yeah.
For me,
Right.
I always celebrate it. I always celebrate everything.
No, I
So
hear you.
it doesn't, it just matters how you're built.
Now there's always different types of support, right? Like you were just saying. Sometimes there's people on a journey. Mel's on a journey. You're on a journey. I'm on a journey. We all have our own fights to fight. So having those likes and those comments are great support. Don't get me wrong, there are great support if they're for the right reasons, right?
Right.
So if you have your sister, because I saw when I first saw her post about starting this whole five from the couch to the whatever, I don't know the name for it, but I saw, yeah, it's five couch to 5K, and I started following. And every time I'd like it. Boom, I like it. And then when you start doing your lives and you're talking about, I start liking it. That shows that I am watching what you're doing, not for the wrong
Right.
reasons. I want you to succeed. Again, we're all built different, like you said. So if I don't see a post or something new about your sister's journey, I'm gonna do the same thing as you. I'm gonna say, hey, what's going on?
Call her out.
I know
Call her
you. I
out.
know because I think it was it. I was watching her live, and I was with a friend, and it said that she had her sore foot, and in
Yeah.
that same comment, she says, "So I cut it off," and she did. And when I heard it, it almost seems like that she cut off her foot. I was about to say, let me I had to write a rewind and go back. And say what? She says, "Oh, she has a workout. She cut it in half." She cut
Yes.
the workout in half. I'm like, oh, okay. So I was laughing my ass off. I'm like, oh my goodness. So, but
But
again, I'm paying attention. You know,
yeah,
that's the
Right.
thing.
but if you also saw, like, my dad also commented on it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's the thing.
My dad's really not on Facebook that much, but he
Think about
commented on it.
think about that. Now that puts you in another level of energy because you have someone who usually doesn't making their way to that platform to give you that
Right.
support. So that's why I'm saying this experiment is twofold. There's some people that are genuinely happy for you and genuinely want you to be happy and but there's another side that are just keeping tabs of what you're doing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I get it. And like I said, when it comes to the workouts and the lives that we do. I love seeing people come in and talk. I mean, I had a conversation with one of my great old friends there about just reconnecting because I haven't seen her or talked to her in ages. She lives in a different place from me, and and within minutes we were sharing pictures of our kids, and then she offered to send a small care package of clothes to me just because. I'm like, wow, you know what? That's great, because she knows that I'm a single dad, and I might not know the best types of gear for my daughter and blah blah blah, and she sent it like that. That's the support. I love that. So again, I love the fact that people are interested in my life for the right reasons. But again, when you have something that's pushing, like the podcast or like the clothing line or like personal training, and you're just get crickets, you're just wondering why. I mean, it's not like I'm forcing people to buy, or I'm not forcing people to train with me, right? I'm not
Right.
forcing people to listen. But if you share it, you know what? That helps me out, because again, you
Right.
guys have to understand that all this stuff that we do electronically is tracked. Okay, we myself and Jules, we went into a perfect training program to help us build our personal training business, and you know what? It worked. Why? Because I went from zero to about 14 clients because of manipulating the algorithms of Facebook, right?
Right.
So you have to understand that when you post something and you ask a bunch of friends to post or to comment or like or whatever, that bumps you up the line to see
Yes.
to so many other faces, so many different eyes that you can get seen. So that one person could say, "Oh man, yes, I'm having trouble with belly fat. Let me tune in," and they tune in, and you help that person. So again,
Right.
the likes and the shares are not about you per se. It
Right.
could be for somebody else. Or you say, you know what? You have a friend that is having issues with weight loss. Like I was talking to Mel. I said, yeah, I'm having issues, and I'm saying maybe you can help me out. She says, yeah, you willing to? I said, yeah, right. If I didn't contact her, if I didn't read what was being posted because she had all these likes, I would never know. It
Right.
wouldn't be on the top of my feed to see, right? You gotta, again, these likes and these shares are all about working the system. That's all it is, working the
Right.
system. So if you work the system right, you get noticed both on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter. That's how these people get popular, because a lot of people like them, like them, like them, like them, keeping them as the talk of the town when it comes to
Right.
social media. It's
So
it's
I'm actually glad we got Mel on because I haven't seen Mel in about 2 years.
I know, and you live down the street.
I was
It's
shame.
been a couple of years,
If I
two
had
or
my
three.
shame button, I'd be pressing it right now. Shame.
It's both of us. It is both of us. We've both been busy. So
it's you know, like I literally just I think I texted her yesterday to see where she lived at. Because it's been that long. I think you were working at the hangar the last time I saw you.
yeah.
And I don't know how long ago that was. But I've always been following her journey. We met in a workout group. Was it the
I
workout
think
group?
so.
Yeah, I think we met in a workout group, and then we ended up matching on one of the single sites.
I think it was Tinder.
It probably was. It
I'm not
probably was. But check it out. So, but we never met because, like, right after that, she got into a relationship, I think.
Yeah, briefly.
So we had never met. So then I transferred out to St. Pete, and I don't know. I posted something like I was in St. Pete, and she was like, "Oh, I'm working in St. Pete." And so then I went and I caught up with her at the restaurant that she was working at.
Cool. That's really cool. Now let's talk about Melanie and her journey actually, because I'm fascinated about how she has transformed herself so quickly. If you haven't seen this woman's pictures, I would pull them up, but I don't want to. Not say but embarrass her, but I don't want to go out of line. If you want to
It's
see
not.
if you want to see these pictures, you got to follow her. Watch my
And
flyer. Watch that group. Follow Melanie. We'll post that link in there for you guys, because she is. I mean, even the hair was just. That blonde hair was like, oh my goodness, God. But she said she was gonna change herself, and I think it was February to I think May. February
yeah,
to
so
May.
I started back working out in late January.
Mm-hmm.
And my metabolism from shutdown last year was dead. I mean, like dead. And I worked out all of January, all of February, and I was eating right. I was eating like I knew to eat
Right.
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 And I lost like 3 pounds, 4 pounds in like 2 months. And I was like, oh no. And I knew I had like 50 to lose. So I was like, no.
Right.
And then I actually went to a funeral in March and got reconnected with a girl that I went to college with. And she looked amazing. Like she looked better than we looked in college. And I was like, what the hell are you doing? Like, what's going on? And she just put me onto the program that I'm on now. And I took it and I started at about April 1st ish. And between April 1st and July 1st, I lost 40 pounds. So
good for you. Good for you.
And I mean, it's been like little between January and March, there was some transformation in like my physique because I was working out, I was eating right. But the drastic difference between April and July when I added the nutrition that I'm doing now to my workout program was just like exponential. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So I think the main thing that people have to understand about what we do, like all three of us are certified personal trainers, it is being consistent.
Yeah.
That's the biggest part.
Right.
So I started intermittent fasting like 2 weeks ago, and the first week I gained 4 pounds.
Yeah.
I did too.
And then this week I've lost 6 pounds. But
Right.
I just, I know that I have to be consistent with it. And I really haven't changed, workouts too much or the cardio, but it is just being consistent. So that's the big part when it comes to any type of transformation or any type of business. Actually, when we had like our nephews on for the small business thing, they were saying you just have to be consistent. And the one that wasn't performing so well, he literally said I wasn't consistent with what I was doing.
Yeah.
Right.
But now that he knows that, he knows.
Right.
And that goes for. I mean, I've been studying about the marketing brand and how to market myself as a business person. And the key thing that everybody says is you got to be consistent.
Consistency.
You got to be consistent.
Yes.
If you're gonna post and keep on posting, you got to be
Yep.
consistent, right? Because if
Yep.
people don't see you on a regular basis, people won't know you. And that's why I got on this whole doing these lives and stuff like that on a regular basis so people could know me. And then Jules jumped on board and he's been pushing out. I'm like, I mean, it's great because now people can see us on a regular basis. And whether you catch us or catch a replay, just know that we're there. And you can now anticipate the next time one of us are on, be it talk about the podcast, be it talk about a challenge, be it talk about fitness, whatever. But you gotta be consistent. But the hard thing though with that is that there's so much platforms out there. Like right now, we're multi-streaming right now. We got Facebook, we've got Twitch, we've got YouTube, and we have Twitter, right? There's some programs that can help you do that, but there's not a lot of time to go on Instagram, and then you go on Facebook, and then Snapchat, and then I don't know, WhatsApp. Like there's so much things there that it's hard to do it. So, I mean, do you pick one or do you do all to keep your people informed with your journey in terms of what you're doing, Melanie?
I right now for the most part it's Facebook and Instagram, and honestly a little bit of Snapchat. I use Snapchat too. I have people on Snapchat that are like, yo, I didn't see your gym pic this morning, did you go? And my cousin, he actually just moved here from New York and he goes to the gym every morning at 5:30. He knows that I'm up early every day. He'll send me snaps of, and it could just be the gym. Like it won't even be him. It'll just be like a picture of the gym at 5:30 in the morning. And it says, it doesn't count unless you snap it. Right. And so, I mean, I use Facebook, I use Instagram, I use Snapchat. I actually just refined my YouTube channel yesterday.
Okay.
And I deleted everything old off of it. And I'm going to get started back with that again. But I really think like the success with what we do is on all platforms. TikTok is a big deal. I still haven't branched out fully into that yet. I'm getting ready to. I'm going to do it this week. I keep saying I'm going to do it. I'm definitely doing it this week.
I'm kind of anti-TikTok.
No, see,
I get it.
No,
but
no,
man.
okay. And again, we're talking about support. You see, and that's what's scary thing because you put something on TikTok, you could go viral.
Mm-hmm.
2 different ways, good way and a bad way. Because
Right.
like you said before, when you're doing certain things, you have people that will critique you and just watch you and bring you down and post it. Because there's a lot of toxic people in TikTok. And because it's TikTok and you don't have to have a profile face, or you can put a weird name, you
Mhm.
never know who it is. So I
Right.
get it. But, and this is the big but. The only but I say is that somebody's gonna find you. Whoever needs you will find you. If they are looking for
Right.
you, they will find you. So that's why I
Yes.
say don't shut yourself out from things like that. Just know that you're the bigger person when it comes to negative crap, because the negative crap
Right.
will come. There's people that you can walk down the street and they look at you and they might, they might give you that, oh my gosh, right? Like, who is
They
this
won't
guy?
say shit.
They won't say anything, but you see it, you feel it.
Right.
So, but at the
They
same
won't say
time,
shit in real life. That's
I
the only
walked
thing that bothers the hell out of me.
I walked in the park. I walked in the park today, and there's people who won't say anything to you. But then there's this one man who just stood up, starts having a conversation with us. And I'm like, that's what I'm talking about, right? Just came out. It was like, I don't know, 10:30, 11 o'clock in the morning, and he's having a conversation. There's some people that are outgoing
Right.
that just want to talk and have fun and introduce themselves and share their stories. Why
Right.
not? What is it? What is it? Another 5 minutes out of my day? I'm in the park walking. What's another 2 minutes
Right.
to listen to a story and listen to a comment, right?
Well, we
And
need that though.
yes, but that's what I'm saying. You can't
Need that.
if you don't put yourself out there, you'll never see it. So
Right.
there's somebody on TikTok that might need your services, who might be your
Right.
next door neighbor, Jules. But because you're not on TikTok and they're on top of TikTok, you'll never know. So that's the support I am trying to push out, because again, everybody needs, like we were talking about everybody last time, said everybody needs a therapist of some sort, professional
Right.
or not. Someone needs their own therapist. So you could be that person's therapist. You could be that next person's trainer. You could be that next person's you know what would you say, guardian angel, watching over them. You never know until you put out. That's why I put myself on all types of social media, right? That's why you have to be. I mean, I'm not trying to be rich and famous. I mean, if it happens, it happens. But the goal is to show awareness of what we do. That's what it is.
Right.
And if people support it, great. Like I said, I love the fact that I have I have my brother who's in business, and I've already shown some of his stuff on old shows and whatnot. My my little cousins have their own podcast, right? The fact that Jules, all his nephews, have businesses. Those are things that I love to see, right? And we're the role models that are kind of pushing that positive vibe. They may not be saying it or showing it, but they're keeping eyes on
Right.
us. So
Yep.
I always like and tag or say something to my cousins in their podcast. I like them. My brothers pictures, I always show them. I have my god sisters who have their own shows. I like and support them. You name it. Again, I'm always about giving, giving, giving. If you don't give back, that's fine. But just know I'm giving them, supporting you, because
Right.
it is hard to make it in this world now. Even post-pandemic craze right now, it's gonna be hard for people to bounce back right now. It's gonna be hard. So somebody might need that extra support. Somebody might need that extra shoulder to cry on, or that extra step to be lifted up on. So I'm hoping.
That's why I like this particular platform, is because all of our topics have been like legit topics.
Yeah.
So it's not, we haven't um, jumped into sports or anything like that yet.
No.
And it's been more of
But we will,
what we like to support.
because I
Yeah,
want.
I mean, yeah, I'm sure we will. Like, come football season, I'm sure we'll talk about
Well, I mean,
football and stuff like that.
but I mean, I was watching some basketball. My Nigerians seem to put a whooping on your U.S. team, but I'm just saying, we'll talk about that later.
Prelims, man. It's prelims.
Uh huh.
Let's see. Let's see once the Olympics actually start.
We will. You want to put money on that? Mm-hmm.
You want to put money on that?
You wanna
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Folks, I'm gonna
Oh,
bet
you're
you
in trouble now. You're in trouble now.
55 cents says my team's gonna win. 55 cents.
Oh God.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna do.
That's a deal.
Is it U.S. or Canadian currency? That's the question.
Oh, The jab.
Yeah,
Ow.
I don't know. I don't want
I'm
no
just
weird.
saying.
I don't want no weird,
Shoot.
no weird change.
Okay, you watch.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, it doesn't even work in a meter.
I know.
See, not see
What's
this,
up?
these folks got jokes, folks. These jokes are horrible. This Canadian, hey
So,
man.
Mel, as a female, do you feel like you get more support from females than males?
No,
When you no?
no, and it's
Women are
really
catty.
funny because my my business page, my Facebook page that's linked to my Instagram and my regular Facebook and linked to my group. It shows you insights, right? So I looked at I looked at one of my posts on Instagram and it was like I had 4 pictures. It was April, May, June, July. And really it didn't say a whole lot. It just said like 4-month transformation, get with me about information, blah, 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 blah. So the interaction and views were 94% men.
Now, is it
94%.
no? Is it because of the picture you put up? It looked provocative, or
No, I mean, well, I mean, I'm curvy, so I could be wearing a trash bag and somebody's gonna think it's provocative, but I don't think so. I don't know. I interact with a lot of women on social media. I have a lot of women that privately message me that are like, hey, what are you doing? Like I've had people jump in my Facebook group and jump in the program that I'm working on right now because they've watched my transformation. And I have people literally every day, somebody messages me and says, hey, just wanted to let you know, you don't know me, but I've been watching you for 2 months. And I look for your pictures every day. I look for your posts every day. Keep going, keep going, keep going. But I'm not really sure why, but I definitely get like way more interaction from men than I do women. It's okay. It is what it is. Like I said, I get the private messages from women, the one-on-one from women, but as far as like on my posts, not really.
But that's not.
that's human nature? You're thinking?
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
not setting a thirst trap by
No.
showing your transformation. You are
Right.
a curvy. You are a curvy person.
Yeah.
But women shouldn't feel like that they should have to like slide in your DMs to show you support.
Right.
They show you
Right.
support, out in the open.
Mm-hmm.
It's that's the thing I don't ever understand. And I have 6 sisters and I still don't understand.
It's that challenge. It's that competition. They don't
Right.
want to
Right.
lose out on something that they might
Right.
get because you're better than them. That goes both ways too. That's
Right.
why guys don't support some guys because they don't want to
Exactly.
miss out or lose out on an opportunity or a situation that they could do it themselves. So
But when men and women, when they're on their own path to their own greatness, and it doesn't have to be weight loss or fitness or business, it's whatever their thing is, whatever your thing is, bro. Like you do you. But when they're on their own path, they're more likely to encourage you on yours. When they're not, when they're just kind of being, they're just kind of sedentary, they're just kind of stuck, and not even necessarily stuck. Some people are just legitimately happy doing the day to day, doing what they do every day, day in and day out. I've never been that person. I don't relate.
Okay.
But I think that the people that are also on their own climb are more likely to be like patting you on the back on your climb.
Okay, so here's my thing. Now, say for instance, again, someone that is struggling or needing that help, that motivation, that support, and you give it to them, and they dismiss it. Right? Do you continue to go back to them and try to say, hey, you know what? Like in a positive, not a needy way, but in a positive. Hey, I see that you need help with this. Do you go back to them and continue to try to get them over that hump, or do you just let them stay in their bag and let them do their thing? Because I mean, as a trainer, as again, Jules, you said it before, we built different. I want everyone to succeed, so I'm definitely a person that will definitely push on someone who might need it, not necessarily need me, but not need the push to get going.
Right.
So as much as I post or I comment, because again, every morning I'd pick about 4 or 5 people uh, in the morning and just say, hey, good morning, how are you doing? Not knowing what their day was yesterday, not knowing how they're feeling, because that person, I could have hit somebody up that is having the most horrible day. And because they got that good morning and they opened up the floodworks, boom, you could have a great conversation, or somebody could have a horrible situation, and because you're sitting there to listen to them, that changes their whole aspect of their day. That's the type of support I do.
Right.
Oh, see what Thunder said? Thunder said if you're gonna go live, keep going live.
Hey, Thunder, you better. I'm just joking.
No,
I'm just joking.
but
I'm just joking.
but when it comes to that, I like I've had so many people that ask for a consultation, and I'll set a time, and then they'll move the time, and then they'll move the time, and then they move the time. I can't keep going back to that person.
Well, yeah,
Because
there's always an end. There's always a limit.
No, don't let peace. No.
There's a lot of people taking
Because
advantage.
I feel like if this is something that like you want to start your own journey,
Mhm.
then you would be boom, let's go. Like I need to get this. I need to lose this 5 pounds. I need to lose this 10 pounds. I need to do this. I feel like I'm almost chasing people, so I don't ever chase anyone. I reach out to you twice, maybe 3 times, and then after the third time, then I just move on.
What bothers me is that you know that person needed it, and they probably contacted you, and you had conversation, and you're having a nice conversation. Said, yeah, okay, I want to do this. So then you get them going, and then they disappear, and you don't hear from them, or you don't see them, and I'm like, what's going on? And then you see them posting pictures of dogs or them drinking, or then I'm like, what in the blue hell is
Yeah.
going on?
I think it's priorities. I always think that I think family should always be your first priority.
Then your
If
dog,
you're
right?
on a
Then your
journey,
dog, right?
I'm sorry.
Then your dog, right? Because that's what I see
Right.
people doing. I see people have posted family pictures, and then they have pictures of their dog.
Well, you have to understand there are people that believe that the dogs are or the cats are a part of their family. It's just the way that they are.
So
So
my question to you then is, if that's part of your family and you're out of shape and you're dying, don't you want to be around for your family?
Oh.
I'll just sip my tea right now.
that's a deep question. That's actually a deep question that I don't think a lot of people want to look into. Like when you
That's where I shake the foundations. The fact that people don't want to listen to that makes me upset. All right, there's people who are dying at age 40 from heart attacks because they didn't take
absolutely,
care of themselves. And I'm telling you, hey,
absolutely.
this is what you need to do. And you may not be at the brink. You might be healthy-ish, but you could be healthier to live longer, to extend your life, and you don't want to listen. Man, that gets me upset. That gets me
Right.
upset because you have the power to do anything and everything in your life to get where you need to go. It might not be a 3 month process. It might not be a 6 month. It could be a 5 year process. But the fact the
Right.
journey that you're doing it is there, and you keep on
Right.
pushing it, eventually you're gonna get to that goal.
But
That means you push away the bad crap that's going on.
so the same thing that Mel said. It's I forget what she said.
See what happens, old man.
Yeah,
It's all.
no, but it's actually people's priority. Like I literally,
Oh.
I literally have more clients at 5, 6, 7 a.m. now than I ever have because
Yeah.
they want it. Like
They
those
want
people are the spirits that are serious. They want it
Right.
and they want to get it done before they go to work because they want to come home and relax and
Right.
so
I just think
you have to want it.
yeah, and I just think there's a lot of people who put out excuses. I used to be that guy to put excuses out for everything, but I'm like, I realize no one's no one's no one's going to excel, or no one's going to benefit from it but myself. So I got to keep on keeping on. I got to keep motivated. I got to keep on pushing. It's on me. It's not on anybody else to do that for me. It's on me. So might as well do it. So I'm going to do it. That's just me.
I think my motivational style is like 80% love, 80% love, and I'm just gonna be the example, and 20% I'm gonna kick you in the ass. Like it's that 80, it's 80-20 for me. And I think what you were saying about, when do you stop talking to somebody about what it is that they need. And if it's somebody that I love, somebody in my family or somebody that's a really close friend or whatever, I'm going to give them way more grace, and I'm going to keep coming back to them way more often than a stranger. If it's a stranger, I'm like, whatever, bro. Like it's whatever. But those people I still may even circle back around later. But there are certain times, like I have a friend that I was encouraging, and I was like, okay, so he had said, this is what I want to do in my life. This is what I want to change. This is what I want to alter. And I was like, okay, so this step, this step, this step. And I'm telling you from experience, this step, this step, this step. Do these 3 things, and then do them consistently for 14 days and tell me how you feel. And then we'll move on, right? And then we'll do it. And it was like excuses and kind of, whatever, that whole deal. I'll circle back around and say, okay, come on. I'm like this. I'm like, every day, come on, send in the messages, send in the positivity, send in YouTube videos, send in all kinds of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then after a while, I was like, okay, at this point, it's now draining me, and it's taking away from the people that are like, help me. I want to do it. So I was like, all right, at this point now, I'm not going to message this person every single day. I might twice a week just be like, hey, you can do it. Whatever it is that you set your mind to, you can do it. I just show some love and some positive motivation, and I keep it moving, and I just leave it alone. Like, I'm like, no, I'm not going to let this drain me anymore. I'm just I got to keep going.
I feel you. You can't force a horse to drink. You can bring it to the water, but you can't force it to drink. So I hear what you're saying.
So, how many mothers do you train?
3 or 4 right now, but I have a lot that are on like my fitness and wellness program that don't live near me. But person to person, there's 3 or 4 of us that are together all the time. And now I have several more. I'm probably going to start doing boot camps locally, just because I have more that are like, hey, I don't have a gym membership, but I want to do, I want to get together. I want to do this. And I'm like, I used to do them. I did boot camps years ago, and I loved it. I love the camaraderie, and, and Jules, like you can tier it so that somebody who's already pretty fit, it can be challenging for them, and then modify it for somebody who's new. So that's what I'm looking at now, and I'm hoping to get started next week.
Okay.
I actually like the bigger challenge people.
What do you mean?
But so if someone's never done anything, or they don't know what to do, I like those people better, because after about 6 weeks, then they start to get it, and then they start to see changes, and that pushes them a little, a little further.
Yeah. I hear you there. I think
in Florida, I think you just have to be careful what time of the day you do it, because 2,000 degrees in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
See, I thrive on that, but a lot of people don't. Like, I'm that chick. Like, when I used to run a lot, I used to run midday on purpose. I like it.
On purpose? Oh,
man. On purpose. I like to sweat it all out.
Our live stopped.
Yeah, I don't know. I've had some issues with. I'm gonna definitely that's another reason why I didn't want to go live, because some of these issues have been consistent of not working properly. So I do apologize for anybody who's watching or listening to us now, and they've reposted that the lives are not coming in as well as they should. But I'll fix it up in the future. Don't worry about that. In terms of you posting, in terms of training the more heavier set people, I do agree that they appreciate the changes that they get from their hard work, because a lot of people have given up on them, be it a spouse, coworker, family member, or friend, seeing that they'll never change. And when you are in their corner and you keep on putting that effort and that energy into them, and they see that and they keep on pushing and they start seeing the change, they get addicted to working out. That's a big thing that I love to see. I have a few clients that I know that are bigger set women, and it just drives them even more. They want to get more. They want to do more. They don't realize that they can curl, 30 pounds, 40 pounds until they've been pushed to do so. And they're like, wow, I want to get bigger. I want to get stronger. I want to get, I want to see where this can take me. Those are the people I love to do it. Whereas you have people that that think they know are in a decent shape, but think they don't need to do anything. Those are the ones that are hard to deal with because they there's nothing really that's pushing them. There's no real health concerns for them that they realize. They don't know of this health concern that's there to challenge them.
So my thing was that's why when I was coaching, I'd rather coach females because they actually listen.
Mm.
Men men automatically, well, the boys, I'm sorry, boys, they automatically they know everything,
Oh yeah.
and it's hilarious. You know, when you're trying to teach kids like basic football, and they say, "Oh, well, Adrian Peterson doesn't do that." Like Adrian Peterson's been playing since he was like 7 years old, and he's already been through all of this that you're trying to learn how to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but girls will sit there and look at you like,
Yeah.
all right, what else? Like, what else?
Yeah.
And
They
they'll
absorb
just
it,
do
man.
whatever.
Yeah. I
Right.
I, I saw that when I was coaching basketball at a middle school, and yeah, I have both teams, both guys and both girls, and my girls team went further into the playoffs because they listened, they absorbed everything,
Correct.
and the fact that the guys were just stubborn, they're almost like brick walls. You had to kind of fight them to understand what you were doing to get the point across, and I didn't really get why, because I was really never that way. I absorbed everything that was given to me. Both on and off the field to be a better person, but again,
Right.
some guys are just stubborn. That's it. Some guys are just stubborn. It is what it is.
So, I don't know how long we've been gone, but we just want to say that when we talk about support, we honestly want to try to support people. So that's one of the reasons why, Mel, you're one of our first athletes that we're going to follow and try to push your journey. And I'm not sure what tune they told you, but I also have I also have a guy that he's my client, and he's actually kicking ass. So I think part of when when we do like this program that we're trying to do and try to follow people, try to push people, that we make sure that we are getting behind the right people, someone that has a goal and are driven for that goal. Perfect example, I had a girl, she literally was like bugging me about a program. She couldn't afford it, blah, 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 blah. So I sent her 1 week's worth of programs, right? And I said, I don't want to do this if you're not really sold onto it, because you're going to stop doing it.
Mm.
It's been 3 weeks. I haven't heard from her since. So I knew that it wasn't really what she wanted to do, blah, 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 but it sounded good. So I wasn't going to, I really wasn't going to put like too much effort into that.
So I actually did a live in my group today, and I have a girl that came to me a few weeks ago, and she was like, yo, I want to do what you're doing. I want in on it. My husband wants in on it. She was like, our finances are what they are right now. And there were products that I thought she needed and that she should get. I was like, but in the meantime, do XYZ, right? So she's been kind of silent, like she's in and out of the group. But today she chimed in and she was like, I've lost 14 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Those people, I will help you all day. I will send you everything that I have. Everything that I can do for you, I will send to you all day long. I will answer all your questions, because she's somebody that was like, I have limitations, but I'm going to do everything in my power to make this happen. And she's down 14 pounds in 3 weeks. I was like, word, that's what it's about.
That is what it's about. But that's part of one of the reasons why we wanted to get behind the two people that we are currently behind.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Definitely going to track your progress and see how you're doing, and kind of update all our people that follow us to see and show that, hey, anybody can do this if you put
Right.
that mind body and soul into it,
Mm.
you'll definitely get the results you are looking for. So,
And then you're going to be our guinea pig when it comes to
well, she's
gear.
already an affiliate for the clothing line already.
Yeah.
All right, so
Yes.
she's got her own bag right now. Don't spoil it with everything, man. Shoot, I want to make money too. Hey, shit, come on.
I want to spoil anyone that deserves to be spoiled.
Amen. All right, amen. I
So,
hear you there. I understand. And again, I saw when I started talking to her the first time, I'm like, man, she's got that drive. She's got that it factor. So I had to chime in because everything she was doing was her. There was nobody else. It's her by herself doing this. There's no
Right.
other. There's no other group in there. It's her group. It's her Instagram. It's her. You know, her drive that is showing, and her insecurities that are out there for everybody to see. So I'm like, yeah, I'm definitely gonna jump on that boat and follow her and see where she goes because you never know how far she can go. And that's why I said, hey, you know what? Would you like to be a part of the affiliate program? We would love to support you, and if you can help us, we'll help you promote the
Hell
whole
yeah.
thing you're doing, right? That's all it is. So, each one teach one. That's what it is. So, and
Yep.
like I said, she said she would help me with my food choices and kind of keep an eye on that, and I'm definitely gonna respect and follow that as well. So I'm getting my guidance as well, right? Because I've seen the pictures, I've seen the results. So I'm like, yeah, I definitely want to see what's up. So we're definitely here to support you from start to
Awesome.
finish.
You
and we
guys.
will get a video together, and we'll be able to I'll go to her gym or she can go to my gym. It don't really matter,
Yeah, we can do that.
you know.
There
So
you go.
we'll get some stuff together also.
Excellent, excellent. All right, folks. Well, another great show. It was a pleasure, Melanie, for having you on us. And let's see what we got to give all the details of your social media and so forth, so people can follow you, and if they need your help, they can find you. So give us all that information right now.
Okay, so you can go to I actually have a website, watchmyfire.com, that
Okay.
has links to everything. But on Facebook, it's the last name's a little hard to spell. It's Melanie Jiampietro, but you can also just go to Watch My Fire and my page will pop up. Anybody that wants to shoot me a message can shoot me a message and I'll throw them in my group if they want to be there. I post all kinds of stuff, recipes and food and workouts and motivation. I talk a little shit, that kind of stuff. But
Hmm.
pretty much just Watch My Fire anywhere and you'll find it.
There you go. Watchmyfire.com.
Like that.
Yeah, that's a great slogan. I like it. I like
Thank
it a
you.
lot. So yeah, all right. Well, let me just post that in here. Watchmyfire.com. Boom. That people know so they can follow you and see what you're doing. Other than that, again, thank you, Melanie, for popping in. Jules, as always, it's been a pleasure.
Thank you, sir.
And we'll definitely do it again soon. New topic, as usual, something informative, something entertaining, have some fun. And again, don't be shy to chime in. Don't be shy to come by and critique us in terms of, if you didn't like what we said, challenge us. If you liked
Mhm.
what we said, come in and say your piece. If you want more information, again, if you want to be part of the show, don't be shy. That's all I'm saying. We would love to have everybody on this show, and we love to support anybody with their fitness goals or business goals. So, with that being said, Beast is signing off. Jules, Melanie, you guys have a great night. We are out
Thanks,
of
Sean.
here. Peace out, folks.
See you later.